name's Liam, and I'm the producer of the Book in You program, and I'm talking today with one of the authors of, well, not one of the authors, the author of Talk to the Entities, Shannon Athour.
Well, I'm actually one of the authors of Talk to the Entities. I think you got that correct.
Oh yes, I forgot, because it's all about entities. Now, would you like to talk a little bit about the creation of your book and how you started?
Well,
because it took a while, yeah?
It took a long time. I started kind of getting, people started, you should write a book, and I thought, no, I don't want to write a book, what am I going to write about? And then it just actually for years, it was, basically like, I knew that I needed to write a book, and it was sort of showing up in a million different ways, and then I started, and then it took 5 years to write it.
What was it like having all those projections at you? Because I mean, you're really talented in that area of talking with entities, and everybody going, "Oh, just write the book about entities. Write the book about entities."
No, actually, what I got mostly from them was actually an acknowledgement, and like they were aware of this is something really big. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you actually could fan this out? And it was in the writing the book process that I really actually got to understand like what I had available to me that I hadn't even really acknowledged.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit about that energy of acknowledgement from other people and being able to receive that? Because I immediately went to the people who were projecting at you and then having to go into the resistance of that projection rather than going, wow, there's an acknowledgement here.
Yeah, no, it was, I knew people were acknowledging, and I knew that it wasn't just people, it was like showing up all over the place, and it was sort of like, I couldn't deny the signs anymore, so I thought, oh, I'll just write this book. I mean, it took me a long time and I was slow at it, but it formed into something quite spectacular.
Yeah. More than spectacular. I was one of the original sort of like, I read through it and did a little editing. But the funny thing is I'm very dyslexic and...
I'm very dyslexic.
and I was doing a little bit of editing for a dyslexic, as being a dyslexic. So
wasn't our smartest choice. Get a professional editor.
it was really fun for me.
Cool.
I hope I could contribute to the book in that as well. But can you talk a little bit about dyslexia and how that maybe either held you back or propelled you forward?
It held me back a lot because I actually didn't really know how to write a book, and I think most people, I don't think they really realize like what that means. As like I sat down, I had no idea like which order to put chapters in. I didn't know what information really should belong. Like all of the form and the flow of a book like really did not come to me naturally. I really had to work at it, and that's why the book went through like so many different versions. I mean, and as a dyslexic, it's weird trying to put together something that has like a form and reads cohesively as a book, because that's sort of one of my, all dyslexics are different, but that's sort of one of my things where I just don't get the order of things. So it just was a process of writing it and then reading it, and then like literally it took years to get it in the right shape. But I taught myself how to write a book in that, and now I could write another book like in a fraction of the time.
How cool is that? Yeah. So it's really interesting talking to you, because all the other people, it's been over the internet, and standing next to you right now, there's an energy that you be when you talk. It's like, it's super delicious, and it's also super inviting, and it's also super intense. And so some of the questions I had in my head just go bzzz. So how do you deal with that when you're writing a book, when everything just sort of goes bzzz?
I mean, I'm definitely not a forcer, so like if I'm not inspired, like I don't force it, because like when I've had these times, many, where it just comes and it's like amazing and it comes out in the right way, and I really couldn't have said it any better. But if I have to force it, like there's no way that magic's coming out. So for me, I'm definitely just like don't force it, like definitely ride the wave when the wave is coming.
Cool. Were you a surfy chick?
Not really.
A yoga chick. Cool. Well, if there was one tool that you used to create your first book that would help our watchers out, what would that be?
Inspiration, for sure. Every time I worked on the book, my whole life would become sort of ignited and expanded, and I really started noticing like over the years that it took me to write the book, that every time I'd work on the book, there was this incredible energy that was present and that would start being generated in my world, and it was so expansive and it was so inspiring, and it was like so what I knew I'd like my life to be. So it was sort of like the action and the choice to write the book really let me gain access to that energy.
Wow.
So, and I mean, definitely, like, if you're writing a book or you're looking at creating something, like, please don't look outside of you at what other people are doing. Like, that already exists. Let's hear what is that you know that is what only you can gift to the world. It's like, that's what the world needs. The world doesn't need more of what other people are already doing.
Arigatou gozaimasu, because we're in Tokyo. Now Shannon's website is www.talktotheentities.com.
There's talktotheentities.com and there's shannonohara.com, which is under construction, but will be live soon.
Cool. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you, Liam. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Ciao.